And one of this. Make sure that it fits. Put it in the sink. Pour your rice in. Put on some oil. And rinse it while you do it. And when it's nice and stuff, and then you go around and go around until you see it's super white now. So you do this 3 times until it's not as white anymore. Oh. After this, I take a rather big pot and we just there we go. And then I add twice the amount of water as there's rice. So if there's 500 gram rice, then I add 1 liter water. And yeah, you understand. There we go. Don't add any salt, because we will add salt to the mixture that you mix in when it's done. Put it on the stove, turn it on high, and when it starts bubbling, turn it down to 2 or 3, to low. And then you wait for 20 minutes. Now, this is the important thing. You take 2.8 tablespoons of sugar. Then you take 3.5 tablespoons of rice vinegar. It's important not to get too much rice vinegar. And then we take salt. And we take 0.8 teaspoons of salt. And then we take one of these. And we mix. And we mix real good until the salt has been like dissolved in the vinegar. It can still be a bit salt and sugar left, but mix it good. Okay? Great. When that's done, you just put it to the side until the rice is done. Next, we go egg. I'm gonna do it with 2 eggs. Once we've cracked our eggs, we're gonna add a teaspoon of sugar. Boom. And then we mix. And the more you whisk it, the better. Next, we take out our frying pan. Square pans are always the best because that's how you make Japanese omelette, but if you don't have one, it's fine. You can use a round one. Now our rice is bubbling, so I've turned it down. And now we're going to let that be for 20 minutes. We take some oil. And it's not supposed to be a big lump in the middle, so what we do is we take paper and then we just dab it around all over to the side and everywhere. Once it gets hot, you do this, but using those. I'm going to show you. Make sure you get oil everywhere, on the sides and everywhere. Now you turn the heat on and wait until it gets a bit warm. Then we take some of our egg, not all of it, just a little bit. We pour it in, and then we just do motions to make sure that it's everywhere. This pan wasn't hot enough. Oh no, make sure that the pan is hot enough. Otherwise it's going to take a lot longer time, so now I'm going to have to wait. Make sure it has white lumps all over the place so it's not just floating everywhere. Once that is done, we're going to take one side and we're going to fold it, and we're going to fold it, and we're going to be done. Then what we do is that we take our oily bit and we just rub it in so that we have some fresh oil. And then we take some more and we twirl it around, and then we lift it up Make sure it gets under. Push out. Make sure it gets under, and then we wait. And then you just fold this one over the other ones. You go back and forward, back and forward, back and forward until there's no egg left. For me, since I only use 2 eggs, it's going to just be a 3-way round. But like I said, make sure that it's actually not just fluid, that it's actually something before you fold it. And then we fold. And we fold. And then we push it back. And then we just do the same thing with the last piece. Now that this is done, we're just going to chuck it in the fridge. There we go. Next step is fish. And don't worry about things getting left, because we just cut that off and use that in our rolls later. So, unless you know that it's a very good place the fish comes from, you should always freeze your fish before using it. If you know that it's from a super duper great place, then you don't have to. Now there are many ways to cut fish for sushi. What I do is just cut it like this, and then I cut it like this, and then I just go like this. Because now we have beautiful squares. And the size is really dependent on how you and the people who's gonna eat it like it. My family likes when it's a lot of fish. I also like when it's a lot of fish. That's why we're doing them quite thick. You can make them really thin if you want. You can make them long. You can cut them the way you like, as long as you can put them over a piece of rice. And if you don't like nigiri, and if you just want to make maki rolls, then you just want to cut them up in pieces. And that's what I do when I have this piece left. It's too thick, it's too thin. Then we just slice it up. And this goes into our rolls later. And then you just keep doing that with the entire fish piece. There we go. And I always separate rolls on the side. It's going to nigiri on the side. And then you just chuck it into the fridge until it's done, or until you're ready to use it. And don't wash your fish knife yet, because it's super good when you're cutting the rolls. So don't do that yet, okay? Just put it to the side. There we go. Next step is avocado. So what we'll do is just gonna cut it up and see how it looks. Look at this. And then we have number 2. Look at this. Hey, they turned out good, both of them, so that's good. And then we just take the core out. And then we just take the avocado out with a spoon. So you can cut avocados in different ways, but for sushi I just like cutting it like this. And then for the piece that you're going to have inside, just do it like this. Now this is for a roll, and this for on top. Then we just keep doing that. Cucumber, super duper easy. Just cut it, and then cut it again, and then we just cut so that we have these babes. And we take out our egg. Our egg's a bit flat because we didn't use that many eggs. But look at this layer. The reason that I only use 2 eggs is because I just put the egg inside the rolls. I don't put them outside because people think it tastes better. I think it tastes amazing. And then you just put this back in the fridge. And then when you wait, the best thing you can do is to wait. Okay, so rice. Rice is done. It's hot. We take our mixture, mix it. First, take this, we'll make it cross. Then we take this, and we'll pour it in. And then we just mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it. And when you mix, you do like circular motions, so everything comes together. Look at this. Look at this. Perfect. Now the rice has cooled down. We have our plates, we have our seaweed, we have our salmon, and we have our stuff. It is time to roll. So we take our seaweed. We take rice. Make sure your hands are washed before you make sushi, because otherwise it will be gross. And then you just spread out. Now that we have rice all over this thing, we take some salmon. We take some egg. And we take some cucumber. And we take some avocado. And then you can use a bamboo plate if you want. I just roll it with my hands. Make sure that your rice is all up in the corners so that when you roll it, it sticks. Then you just put it down. And then we're going to do the same. Second one. Now once this is done, you put it in the fridge. Now it's time for the hard part. So what you need is some cold water. Take cold water and you take it on your hand. Then you take up a small piece of rice and you twirl it and you make it into a sausage looking thing. And then you put your fingers around and on top so that it gets a bit square. Then you take your piece of fish, you put it on top and you fold it down around. And you just keep doing that. If you think that the rice is sticking to you, take more water, because the water is what makes the rice not stick to you. If you don't use any water, your hands will get sticky, so use water. And now we put this in the fridge.